Hello, everybody, and welcome to Providence Decayed. My name is Wes, and I realized as we came on that I didn't tell Nick or Randy how this is all going to work. So what we're going to do is we're going to introduce ourselves and the characters that we're going to play. And then at the end of this episode, you all are going to tell our wonderful audience where you're at and other places that they can go to hear you and check out all your great content. Let's start with Saint.
Hello. Oh, I'm first. Oh my gosh. I am Saint Spider, of course, and I will be playing Aurora Leach. She's definitely gonna have a nickname. I was not thinking about saying that name a lot at all. And Aurora. It's just I did not practice. So, she's kind of maybe the muscle of the group. We're gonna see how she exhibits that because she's also a bit of a brain, a bit of a maybe a lyricist, a bit of a writer. I don't want to reveal too much. Also, I got to learn about everybody else as well, and we'll see how it fits in.
Michelle.
Hey, I'm Michelle, the ever ebullient Mishulu. No, I don't know. I was trying to think of something good. It just didn't, Anyway, so I am
Michelle.
playing. What?
Nothing.
I am playing Margaret Cordova. She is a photographer in the Arkham area. And so it's going to be exciting because I'm sure photographers tend to see things other people don't, especially on film instead of digital. So it'll be like, ooh.
All right. You know what I realized? I've already made we were talking about mistakes. I've already made a mistake. I can't fix it right now, but Nick's character is wrong, and so is Randy's. It's everything else is right, so finding them on Twitter and everything else. But I swapped their, I believe, I believe, Nick, you're playing Jack, right? Jack Dawson?
Yes.
So, yeah, I flipped those. So we'll fix that for next week. Oh, well. All right, Nick, tell us who you're playing.
All right. Well, despite this name down here, I am playing Jack Dawson. Jack is an ex-police officer, ex-police psychiatrist, rather, not an officer, who has become a PI.
Awesome. And Randy.
Yeah. So hello, everyone. I'm Randy Alvarenga. I am playing Benjamin Benny Reed, who is also a PI. You may be noticing a thing there. But basically, he is actually a forensic person originally. So his background is in medicine.
Awesome.
Sort of that part.
So that leads us to our background and what we're all doing here. Everybody has or was a police detective at one point or worked for the Arkham Police Department. But 5 years ago, there was a scandal. Something bad happened during one of the cases, and these four wonderful people found themselves unemployed in Arkham after taking the brunt of the blame for corruption within the police department. In retaliation, I guess, or whatever, they started a PI firm in the city. Now, this was back in the 70s. It was like 1978 when all this went down. It is now 1983. And that's about 50 years since the last Providence Decayed. And basically within that time, that short 5 years, or actually since about the 60s, the city has gotten worse and worse. It has expanded. It used to be it took you, 10 minutes to get to Kingsport. Kingsport is now a suburb of Arkham. It's a much bigger city. There's probably about 50 to 60,000 people living there. The school is not as prestigious as it used to be. There are less and less students. The police department is got very few people in it now, very few detectives, and crime is on the way up. Making everything worse is the fact that over the last couple of weeks, there has been a steady rainfall that doesn't seem to want to let up at all, hasn't let any. It's almost as if Mother Nature's trying to wipe Arkham off the map. And so there's been this constant rainfall happening. Streets have been flooding. The river, the Miskatonic, is swollen. And it has led to a lot of people trying to move out, just basically putting all of their stuff in their car and getting out as soon as they can. But you all have been working different cases. Now, before we get too far in, we have our 2 envelopes of fate. And what those are is if we get a $50 donation, we'll pick one of the, randomly, we'll pick one of the envelopes. Something good will happen or something bad will happen. And then if we make 100, we will unlock one of the cards, which usually is some supernatural event that happens during the game. So that's at 50 and then at 100. Now, the 4 of you have been called to a crime scene by your old boss. She is, one second, let me pull this up. Police Chief Garing. She has called the office and asked all of you to show up at a crime scene in downtown Arkham. It is early morning. There is a bit of sun poking through the black clouds, but it's still, drizzling pretty hard. And when you all show up, you notice that there is a body on the floor of Detective Roger Tamal. Now, this is a guy that you knew from your days in the police force. He was one of the other detectives. And you knew him pretty well. He was an okay guy, maybe a little corrupt, but who wasn't? It was the 70s. So he's lying there face down. He obviously has a couple of stab wounds in his back. There was a struggle. A lot of the furniture is overturned and broken. And the police chief comes up to you. And there's a couple other detectives kind of off to the side, giving you side eye. Because why would you call in a bunch of PIs who, used to be on the force when there was actual PIs that could work the case? It's just, she goes, "Thank you, everybody, for coming down. I appreciate it. As you can see, it's one of our own. And, thank you, Bowman, for the tip. I appreciate it. So, before I go any further, Randy, roll me a 6-sided die and tell me what you get.
Okay.
Thank you, Bowman.
Thank you, Bowman.
Thank you.
I got a 5.
Excellent. Okay, so let me see what 5 gets you. Dun, dun, dun. All right. So, luckily, 5 gets you plus 10 points to your luck. So everybody gets an extra 10 points to their luck for this game session. Wow. Try to say that 10 times fast. So thank you very much for that.
Yay. Thank you.
Yeah. Your bet is probably right, Bowman. So.
And here I was worried that this game was going to be hard.
Why would he be giving us an extra 10 points that we can use to make rolls?
I'm sure it's fine.
So, yeah. She goes, look, I'm going to be honest with you. I know you had hard times with the police force. but I'm in a position where I need the bodies. I need help. I have 2 other murders this week, and I think they're all connected. And, you know, look, I can pay you your fee. I just need some eyes on this. And it's one of our own, so I was kind of hoping maybe a bit of a nostalgic favor, if you would.
Outside of the chain, then, you maybe suggest that perhaps your existing detectives couldn't investigate this?
They could, but I've only got 4 of them, and they're investigating other stuff right now. And as much as I want to pull people off of stuff, I just can't at this point. We're down. You know, we have 60,000 people in this city, and we're down to minimal cops on the beat and minimal detectives. I mean, I've got 4 detectives right now for the entire city. So
It's that bad?
It's that bad. People have been leaving, disappearing. Now this, I don't know what the hell. I mean, who kills a fucking detective in his own house? I'm figuring it might be somebody he knew, somebody that was able to get close enough. So, yeah, any help I can get, I'll take.
You said that there were 2 other murders as well that you believe are all connected. Were they also detectives? I haven't been seeing a lot in the news about anything.
We've been keeping it out of the news. We don't want to freak people out. Yeah, we found 2 other people. Shannon O'Reilly, she lived near the school.
Uh-oh.
What did I? Can you still hear me, Michelle?
Oh, it's freezing a little bit.
It is. Well,
Just me.
OBS is saying everything is okay.
It said on mine, internet connection is unstable.
Make sure Alan's not trying to download stuff. Our children might be downloading things. So go yell at Alan and then yell at Veronica too.
Ooh, I like that background though. That's sick.
That works. Yeah. So, yeah, Shannon O'Reilly was found. She has an apartment near the school. And Richard Wilkes, who is a student at the school as well. They both were found in their apartments. I can get you the casework. Took a bunch of pictures. There, you can go look at the the sites yourselves and see what happened. They've been cordoned off.
Why do you think that these are related? Same MO?
Same MO. And it all looks like it's knives, like same size knife from the wound marks. And they've all happened. I mean, we're literally 4 blocks or 3 blocks from the school right now. They've all happened near the school.
All right. Would you mind if I take a moment to look at the body?
No, go ahead. And she walks over to the other 2 detectives that are kind of standing there and kind of whispers to them, and they kind of grunt and then leave. And she's all like, all right, I have an officer outside. When you leave, he's going to cordon this off. You do whatever you need to do. If you have questions or if you find anything, let us know. And she leaves. So
this whole time,
go for it.
So the what? Oh, this whole time, Aurora's been looking around, more at the destruction of the scene to see if she can glean what like I guess the trajectory of the fight, rather than focusing on like little tiny clues. I was, while this conversation's happening, I've just been surveying from my very high perspective, as my size is 70. I imagine my eyesight can see things I could
You
never
are
imagine
pretty
as
tall.
in real life. Yeah,
Wow.
in real life, I'm not even close.
I pull out gloves from my pocket and sort of near where the body is, and I'm looking at the knife wound and just doing my forensic thing.
Okay.
I'm walking around taking pictures of everything. Can I roll a spot hidden?
Actually, I was just about to tell everybody because you're all looking around. Go ahead, everybody roll a spot hidden.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Yes.
Ooh,
Yes.
38.
Excellent. What's your spot hidden?
55.
Excellent. So
Nice.
you're perfectly good.
I got mine. 32
All
under
right.
mine.
Nick?
42 out of 50.
Awesome.
35
right.
out of my 45.
Awesome. So I will start with Aurora. Just to remind you, Aurora, in your kitchen at this time of year. So you notice that it looks like the fight started possibly in the bedroom. There is a desk that has been knocked over and some furniture in there. The blood trail seems to start in the bedroom and comes out into the living room. He is half dressed, so it's possible that it was a romantic encounter that went really wrong really fast. And he seems to have stab marks on his back, but from the angle, it looks like she or he might have been in front of the victim and stabbing backwards into him. So like his hands were around the body and stabbing. Yeah.
Like hugging. And
like hugging and stabbing the back kind of thing.
I don't know why I couldn't imagine a
That's
hug.
okay.
It's like,
No, but
you've been playing a lot of Cthulhu.
It's like tentacles.
How does the tentacles work in this?
Yeah. What? Okay. Got it. Okay. That's wild.
So, Nick, what kind of stuff are you looking at?
Well, I actually want to kind of mull over what the chief said, and I'd like to use psychology to see if there was any lies of omission or anything that she was worried that we might, like a topic she was avoiding, anything that made her nervous.
I'm going to say you don't need to make a roll for that. You know this chief, and she is absolutely not telling you the full picture. She never divulges everything she knows. You know that from the past because you all were screwed 5 years ago by, she's the same person from 5 years ago that basically let you fall on your sword. So she is definitely covering something up.
Okay, then what I would like to do is go over the scene and see if I can get, using psychology, get an idea of the victim, make some inferences about their life and their lifestyle, who they might have been involved with, and how they things that'll give us sort of context for clues.
All right, so you also made your spot hidden. So I'm going to say, with that in mind, you find a security officer's uniform on the floor next to the bed for Misogynic U. So this guy was doing night work as a security guard at the school. And from his digs, he does not look like he has a lot of money. You also find a lot of receipts and stuff like lotto tickets, stuff from Atlantic City, probably a gambler who spent the extra money he was bringing in on different vices that he had. So that's what you glean from all of that. Definitely working at the school, definitely probably spending more than he's taking in. You remember him as an okay person, but, maybe not the best cop in the world when it comes to, doing his job.
Can I get an idea? Can I get an idea of any of his vices?
Definitely gambling. It's the 1980s, so probably a lot of nicotine, possibly some coke. Maybe you don't find any, but if you look at the body, he has some of the telltale signs of like drug use, just from blown out nose and all of that stuff, like
Gotcha.
the redness around his face and all that.
Fancy TV and one of those new Betamax.
Yeah, he doesn't pick good things in his life. He went Betamax instead of VHS. He was going to regret that one. So
83, that was a very definite possibility.
Yep.
yeah, very true. Randy, what are you? What?
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at the body, so I would have noticed the stab marks as well. I probably anything else?
Yes, you notice in his left hand long brown hair.
You see him go back to maybe some of the equipment that was left to like bag that.
Okay. So you bag that, and yeah, you notice it's long. It's been pulled out by the root, and you notice that he has defensive wounds on his hands and on his arms. So he was looks like he was trying to push them away, and they kept hitting his arms and his shoulders. And he's got a bite mark on his left shoulder that's deeper than most kinks. I'll put it that way.
Oh.
You know that line between actual fun and, hey, what the fuck are you doing? They passed that line.
Long ago, got it.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, that's not normal. I sort of pull Margaret over to make sure we get that on film as well, because that's very strange. Would you look at this here?
Holy, oh my God, that's wow.
Yeah.
Does the bite look human?
Or
does it look like an animal? Does it look
particularly punctured?
It looks very punctured. It looks like it has a lot of force behind it. It looks human, but you've seen enough crime photos that you've seen dog attacks in Arkham, and you've come across stuff where animals have made these really deep bites. It's definitely smaller, though. It's obviously someone with a smaller jaw, not someone tall like Aurora. So, somebody maybe not that tall, but it's a smaller bite.
okay? I'm like, whoa, okay. And I take some pictures of it from different angles. Yikes, what the hell?
I can't tell. It almost looks like it would be a person, but you see those punctures, they're too deep. It's whatever this man was into. I don't think this was it.
Suddenly there's a knock on the door. Knock, knock, knock.
I'll head over and get that. I think Jack has been like he's been kind of avoiding the corpse. He's not like, it makes him uneasy, not like vomiting immediately, but there's a reason he was a psychologist and not a detective.
Well, and the one reason I'm not having you all make resolve rolls is because you are police officers, so you have seen corpses before. So you open the door, and standing in front of you is a tall, thin-looking man, probably in his early, 30s, maybe late 20s. And he puts his hand out and goes, "Hello, I'm Peter Dunham. I'm with the coroner. I was told to come here and pick up a body."
Mr. Dunham, please come in.
Oof, okay. He kind of looks at the body. So we got another one, eh? That's no good.
We'd heard that there were 2 others that were similarly wounded.
Yeah, he starts looking over the corpse. We've had a few knife murders in the last few days, that's for sure. He's picking up the body, looking over. He goes, "Have you got all the pictures you want before I start getting this out of here?"
I guess I probably took a lot of pictures around the body.
Yeah, I imagine you did, yeah. Go ahead.
I don't hand over the bag, even though I could probably send this person to send it to the lab. I want to do that myself. But what I do ask is, excuse me, these marks on the neck, did any of the other bodies have those?
Takes a look. He goes, yeah, they weren't this bad, but there were bite marks on the other 2 as well. But one was on the side, and then one was on the chest of one of the victims. Shannon's upper left breast was bit hard.
Did they all look like dates gone horribly wrong? These scenes?
Yeah, kind of. I wasn't there for all the picture taking. I just picked the bodies up, and I didn't take a lot, but I could see that because all of them were in some sort of level of undress.
I'm just looking at the blood trail from the bedroom to where the body is. I'm like, yeah. Well, I'm looking around. I know. Well, is there any chance there's a lipstick on around any of these lighter bites? Is it only one bite, or are there also some?
It's only one
ones?
bite.
One, okay.
Yeah.
Well, is there maybe something that could look like lipstick around? I don't know.
Yes.
There is.
That's a great question.
Let's get a color of that. Yeah. Somebody's Revlon's gonna get him in trouble.
It is definitely 70s red, like cherry red. So.
All right.
It's like, who wears that color anymore?
Is the murder weapon in the room?
No, there is. You've looked around really well, and there's the murder weapon is not there.
I kind of take a look at the bookshelves, and if he's got a desk and papers, anything like that. Do I find anything?
He has a lot of old case files that he looks like he's been working, stuff that has been cold for a while. There is also a lot of research. It looks like he might actually be trying to write a book about the local folklore of Arkham. One of the stories is about a boogeyman known as Brown Jenkins that pops up every once in a while. You've seen graffiti throughout Arkham that says Brown Jenkins lives, and it's this big rat creature with a human face. But he seems to be doing research on that kind of stuff.
For some unknown reason, I get a shiver down my spine.
Exactly.
I want to actually go into the bedroom because I realized that I didn't do that, and just kind of want to see, are there any out of place articles of clothing, perhaps jewelry?
Right. It looks
blah,
like
blah, blah.
his there's no jewelry. Actually, make a spot hidden check for me.
Let's do it. I'm confident about. Well, wait. Knock on wood. I'm not gonna say anything until I roll. Yeah, 22 under my 75.
Nice. Okay. So, there is it looks like maybe possibly, one earring was lost during the fight, and it's underneath the bed.
What does it look like? Like dangly stud?
It's like a, it's turquoise. It's a big piece of turquoise
Nice.
with a gold around it. It's exactly what you expect in 1983.
Oh, 83. It would be silver.
Yeah, silver, sorry.
Oh yeah.
Turquoise with silver. You know how I know? I had a cousin who made that jewelry.
Nice.
That's funny. All right.
Okay. All right. So if there's nothing else, is there like an adjoining bathroom or something to this room?
He's
or...
he's got it. The bathroom's in there. There doesn't seem to be anything weird in there. Like I said, his security guard uniform is next to the bed, so it's very possible that he had ended his shift and then went home with whoever this person was.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything in his pocket, like matchbooks or things that might like indicate places he's been recently, receipts?
He does have a receipt to the local convenience store, and he also, excuse me, he also has a ring of keys for the school, obviously part of his job. He also has some track for like different horse races with circled races that he seems to be interested in, or certain horses he obviously was maybe planning on betting on.
I'm just taking notes of those, just in case.
Just in case. No, it makes sense.
Yes.
I go and start photographing the bedroom.
Okay. So you get photographs of all the bedroom, of the kitchen. Most of this happened between the kitchen and the living room, but it's a one-bedroom apartment from... We've all lived in those apartments, I'm sure, where it's like just really small. You've got your little kitchenette, and then the kitchen's pretty small in the corner, and then it opens up into the one bedroom and a bathroom and the living room. So,
Too real.
yeah, like I said, we've all lived there before. So Peter, the coroner guy, is like, well, is it okay if I take the body now?
I think so. No?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Loads the body up, and then
Can I get his contact information? Like
absolutely.
his phone number?
He gives you a card. You're not impressed by it, though. It's not a great card. It's
it's subpar. And
it's
I put it in my
subpar
pocket.
card. It's not something that you would brag about. Thank you, American Psycho. So what do you all want to do next? The clues that you have so far is he was working at the school. He was probably got off from the school before the attack happened. He got some kind of alcohol or something at the local convenience store. There have been other murders that you now have the case files for. What do you think your next step is going to be?
Well, I would like to see if we can interview the neighbors, see if they saw anyone entering or leaving. Maybe give us any sort of a time frame, and also I'd like to see if we can contact the head of campus security and find out where he was patrolling, because that might give us some idea of who we might have met up with, or an area that might net us some better clues.
So, you go to like the next door neighbor, and this guy answers the door. He's all like, "Are you finally here about the noise complaint I called about 3 days ago?"
I'm very sorry, sir. No, I am with the Arkham Police Department, and we did have some questions about last night.
Oh, all that.
I look over at my friends or like the other PIs, and I'm like, the police department. We're with the police. Are we?
You are right now.
Oh, we are at the moment.
Yeah. Oh. What about last night?
We believe there was a disturbance for your neighbor, Mr. Tamal. And we just wanted to see if you saw anything suspicious or odd last night. Anyone entering or leaving the premises at an odd hour?
He works nights, so he works odd hours all the time. I think I heard something maybe 2, 3 in the morning. Some kind of bang, like he dropped something. Nothing major, though. And then after that, it was really quiet. So
You said something about a noise complaint from a couple nights ago. What was that about?
Downstairs, there's this young kid that's always playing his Led Zeppelin too loud, and I keep telling him to knock it off and that contemporary music is dead, but he won't listen to me. I told him that rock will be dead in 20 years and that we're all going to be listening to jazz, and he just doesn't listen. So, but yeah, he's been a thorn in my side for a while. If I have to hear Stairway to Heaven one more time, I'm going to shoot him. But yeah, that's all I heard was a big bang last night. That's why I didn't complain about it, because it was so quick. Woke me up, and then I went right back to sleep.
And what kind of, I mean...
Can you describe the bang?
Yeah,
Can you describe the ruckus?
What kind of... Was it a rattle? Did it have a shock wave?
Yeah, it rattled the whole house, actually. I heard this big thunk, like someone dropping like a bag of cement on the ground or something. I just figured he tripped or whatever. I didn't think about it much. He's a big guy. He's got a gun. He can take care of himself.
Well, I'm sorry. I keep laughing at the Led Zeppelin.
Sorry.
No, Aurora's just... It's part of her character. She's like, this guy's ridiculous. I'm not. I mean, if you didn't hear anything else, though,
right.
I kind of look into the side and like. Have you noticed any romantic liaisons, perhaps, with your neighbor? Any partners who might have been also making noise?
Well, he was a popular guy. Let me put it that way.
Oh.
I don't know. I never saw a man be able to get that many women with tweed suits before, but he seemed to have some kind of magic.
Yeah, who'd have thought?
How frequent are we talking?
Well, I don't like speaking ill of a person's love life, but frequent enough. I didn't say anything to him about the noise complaints or anything, because every once in a while he would get a bit rowdy over there, but frequent enough.
Did you see anyone yesterday?
No, but like I said, he works during the day and then does a swing shift. He usually gets home like around 5 or 6 from the police department, then leaves and goes from 7 to 2 or 3 in the morning, then comes home, sleeps a few hours, and does it all over again. How the man has any stamina is amazing, but he's able to get girls. I don't know.
And these girls, would you say how old?
40s to 50s. About his age.
All right, I roll my eyes. I'm like, women. Come on, man. I was thinking he was picking up students at the school or something. Okay.
No, he's not that good. I mean, come on, we all have our limitations after a certain age. There's, unless we got the money, it ain't going to happen.
Yeah. Or the magic. Okay.
Is there anything else you need?
I think that may be it. Thank you for your time. Oh wait, Jack?
Oh no, I was going to say
Oh.
the same thing.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time. If there's anything that you remember here, and I hand her a slightly better business card, please feel free to contact us with any details.
All right, thank you, and then shuts the door. All right, so yeah, that was a lot of information. Which way do you all want to go from here?
So, go ahead.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Please.
Yeah. So I think we were talking about the university as an option, like checking out or calling about what patrol he was on. But also, if he went to the on the receipt that we saw, does it look like it would be after, in between his shift and going home?
Yeah, it looks like he hit there right before he got home.
So I'm wondering if there might be some either someone who worked there who saw him maybe with someone else, so sort of retrace what happened.
Or maybe
There might even be some grainy and unidentifiable footage.
Footage, yeah.
CCTV footage. That's what I was thinking.
Some very slow old CCTV footage.
The very fuzzy.
Very, very fuzzy. All right, so
Just enhance.
yeah, doesn't it get better the bigger you make the it's just like ant war. It's all just white and black. So you head over to the local corner store, and there's a older gentleman behind the counter, and you're guessing his daughter. She's probably 20, maybe 19, restocking shelves and stuff like that. And the guy looks up and goes, "Hey, how's it going? Welcome. What can I do for you?"
Well, we got a few questions we'd like to ask about this guy, Tamal, Mr. Tamal.
Oh, I know Tamal. Lives in the building, two buildings down. Comes in every once in a while.
Oh.
Yes.
Always buying lotto tickets.
Those lotto tickets, they're a vice for me too. He pats himself, trying to seem endearing. And then
Aurora's like, what the hell?
you've never seen me actually buy a lotto ticket in my life.
No.
Have you seen him in here recently?
No, but he usually comes in at night. I can call the night person though and see if he came in last. Why? What's the problem? Is he all right?
We believe there may have been an incident, and we were just hoping we could see if anyone was able to notice anything strange about his last visit to your establishment. Do you have a CCTV?
Of course, yeah. We got one. Ever since there been break-ins a couple of years back, we've been having someone on a night shift. It's difficult not to. What time are you thinking? Like,
I pull out the receipt to look at the time.
okay. You tell him it's like 2:30, and he says, "Okay, let me go back and see if I can find something." So he leaves for a second, and comes back.
I'm gonna go with him.
Okay. He's got a bunch of, videotapes set up. This is an expensive system from back then. I mean, it's 83. It's becoming a little bit more normal to have this kind of thing, but it's still kind of cutting edge, grainy film. And he pulls out the film from the video from last night and puts it up. And you see it's hard to make out their faces, but him and a woman walking into, she's probably, you're guessing, maybe 5'5", 5'6". with a long trench coat on, and she has some kind of hood on. She's very obviously covering her face. You can tell she's looking away from the cameras. She doesn't pick anything up. And he buys a couple of things of like some alcohol and a couple of lotto tickets, and then they leave. Obviously it's black and white, but you do make out a pattern of like a flowery dress underneath the coat. There's a lot of rain going on in the background. There's no audio at all, but you can see the rain hitting the glass, the windows.
How familiar is he with her, and is she reciprocating it?
Good question. He seems to be hanging on her more than she is allowing it. So he'll like put her arm around her, and she'll kind of pull away a little bit and walk just out of range of his embrace.
Can we see I know she's hiding her face, but is there any shot where we can see if she has those earrings?
Give me a luck roll.
All right.
You in particular, Mr. Dawson.
Not me.
Well, my luck is currently 100. Does that mean I succeed?
Well, roll, and if you get 100, no.
Okay, fair enough. 36.
All right, no problem. Yes, it is definitely the same earrings. You can kind of make them out. With anything with this technology, you're at least 60% sure.
Right. But at least it gives us some reason to believe it's the same person.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I'm gonna guess if there's hair, is there hair visible? Is it long?
No, it's underneath the...
It's totally covered.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's totally covered. Because she's just coming out of the rain as well, so you got to figure she's got a hood on and whatever.
Okay.
So we're definitely going to want to talk to the night clerk. And I ask him, can we hang on to this?
Yeah, go ahead if it helps.
Thank you.
All right. So any other questions you have for anybody here?
His daughter.
What do you ask her?
If she had seen Tamal come in here with a woman before.
Yeah, every once in a while he comes in with a woman. Usually, I don't think he knows them very well. I've seen him at school before. I know that I always seen him talking up the staff a lot.
What makes
Okay.
you say that he doesn't know them very well, though?
I don't know. Number one, it's not the same one more than 2 or 3 times. There's always a new one that comes in. And they always seem to be putting space between each other. Like, unless they're both... I've seen them drunk before come in. And if they're both sauced, then they tend to hang on each other more. But otherwise, it seems more of a... I don't know. There just doesn't seem to be that love attraction thing going. That makes sense?
More of a Lonely Hearts Club.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, since you mentioned that you're a student at the university,
Uh-huh.
have you heard about the incidents with Susan and Richard?
You mean Shannon and Richard?
Yes.
Yeah, it was really bad. They found both of them stabbed to death, I heard.
Yeah.
Who'd you hear that from? Because my understanding is that a lot of that's been kept out of the news.
It's a small school, and rumors have been swirling around.
What are some of the rumors?
Well, that it's not safe to go out at night, that there's some predator out there, some serial killer. After that whole Son of Sam thing years ago, I think everybody's afraid to be alone on campus, even though they caught that guy. We're always afraid of something new popping up. And just, just as a reminder, during the 70s, especially the late 70s, serial killers were a thing. Like, it happened more than
It was very
most.
prevalent.
So there's always talk of, like, the police try to keep it quiet, but the students and the faculty talk.
Yeah.
So the women he brings in here, do they work at the university?
I don't know all of them, but I've noticed a few of them. Yeah.
Okay.
One of the art teachers came in with them a few weeks ago, in the morning. I think, yeah, she that was like a Saturday morning.
Is it a mix of faculty and staff?
You
Or is it
mean
most-
faculty and students?
No, like faculty and support
Oh,
staff.
I see what you're saying. I think it's whoever says yes, to be honest.
Okay.
So, yeah, I don't pay attention to that stuff, though. Though if you go to school, there's enough talk, you can probably figure it out. I can't hear you saying you.
Oh.
There you are.
Oh, uh-oh. We might just do that at some point. But yeah, I guess thank you for your help there.
Okay.
What's her name? Did we learn that yet?
Ashley.
Ashley.
Yes.
I give Ashley a card, and mine is quite nice.
It's all glossy with the
Yeah.
gold. Yeah, you
It's
got it.
embossed.
Embossed the whole 9 yards. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
You got to spend money to make money.
Hey.
Where do you all want to go next?
What time is it?
It's early in the morning. It's probably like 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning at this point, I'd say.
Okay. Well, we can head to the campus.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah. Let's check out the campus and did we get that art teacher's name?
I don't believe you had.
Can we retcon, or I don't know, I'll run back in there.
No, I'll let you know what it is.
Okay.
Just one more question, Ashley.
You Columbo it.
Yes.
The art teacher's Maria Gomez.
Okay.
Good name.
I do my best. I try hard. All right. So, you want to head over to the school and talk with the head of security? I think that was what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Yep.
then we can maybe try to track down Maria.
Okay. So you get over there, and like I said, the campus isn't what it used to be. Some of the buildings, there was a boom during the 40s where they did a lot of building, and a lot of stuff happened where they had a lot of people join the school. But then in the 60s, there was this decline, and now a lot of the older buildings that have been here for, over 100 years have been let go, and some of them have decayed pretty badly. During the 30s, there was a rash of killings, and they lost several of the upper echelon of the school faculty. And so due to that, there was some connection to some cult, and they lost a lot of money. And so the school has had ups and downs over the last 50 years. Now there's probably half as many students on the grounds as there usually is. And you're walking the quad and you're kind of looking around and you're noticing that a lot of the buildings have been are empty, and you make it to the main building where the security is. You ask around and you know where it is. I mean, it's a small enough town that you know where the security for the school is. You've probably been on campus before. And there's about 2 security guards in this place. One guy, Jack, he used to be a police officer himself, but now he's probably in his late 60s, and he's the head of the campus security. And he recognizes you all. He says, "What are you all doing here?"
We can't just enjoy an institution of fine higher learning.
Oh, don't play that bullshit with me, man. Obviously, all 4 of you are on some kind of case. Why would you be here? Unless that was what's going on.
I'm surprised you don't know what what we're here for. Richard? Shannon?
Yeah, Richard. You mean those murders? You're investigating those?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just lending a hand to the old shop.
Well, both of them were weird. Their houses looked like their apartments looked like they had been turned over. There was some kind of fight, stab wounds. Each of them, looked like they put up a good fight, though. Police think that they're all connected. I'm not so sure. I don't know. I mean, anyway.
Any of your security notice anything weird or strange? Any other reports that might have happened in the area? Any other incidents?
I mean, not recently, but we've had a lot of kids claiming that they saw Shannon 2 days after she died, which is, I don't know what kind of weed these kids are doing nowadays. When I was a kid, hash was hash. It was good, but nowadays, who knows what this stuff is laced with. They claim they saw her walking around the quad a few times. I didn't see anything like that, though.
Or did she look like... What'd she look like? Like nothing? Just
like fine. Like she wasn't dead.
Did she talk to anyone?
Nobody approached her, no. Nobody said anything. It could just be all rumors and bullshit, though. You know how that is.
Yeah,
of course. Well, grief plays funny tricks on the mind.
True. What were you saying, Aurora?
How many students even claim to have seen this?
A group of 5. 3 frat boys from... what's a good frat name?
Name a bunch of Greek letters.
Yeah.
Phi
Kalpha Omega.
Phi Kappa.
Phi Kalpha Omega.
Kalpha Omega.
Omega.
Kalpha. Oh yeah, good old
Thomas.
Kalpha house.
The good Kalpha house.
Thomas House.
Okay, wait. What is it?
5 Kalpha.
5 Kalpha, whatever. Just random
Kalpha.
things.
Okay.
But yeah,
I'm gonna keep
basically...
Kalpha.
Yeah, I
Kalpha.
feel like Kalpha is what it is.
Kalpha works. So 5 three frat boys and
Oh, I can fix this. It's Phi Kappa Alpha, but everyone just calls it Phi Kalpha.
Yeah.
There we go. Phi Kappa.
There you go.
See, that's, as you can tell, my voice goes in and out because we have just gotten over dealing with COVID. We're fine now, but we're still dealing with the lingering effects. So I have to have some kind of Riculi or something, and so pronouncing anything can be a bit tricky. Three frat boys and their girlfriends saw her a couple of nights ago. Like I said, they were probably drunk. I don't put much stock into it.
But all of them saw her?
Yeah, they all said that they saw her. She was walking into the old tower building where they used to have the history department.
And they moved when they moved the history department.
About 5 months ago. The tower needs to be reinforced. There's some instability with the structure, so they forced all the professors out.
Sure. Did Shannon or Richard have any kind of contact with Detective Tamal?
Well, no, not that I know of. Why? You think he's part of all these murders?
No. Pretty sure he's not part of these murders, at least not the way you're suggesting.
Oh.
I wouldn't say this normally, but there's been an incident, and I'm sure we'll hear about it soon. Small town and all.
What happened?
Looks like the same perp got him.
That's too bad. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
We were wondering if you could tell us where he was patrolling last night. See if we can try and retrace his steps, recreate anything, see what he might have seen. He didn't happen to be near the history building, did he?
I mean, he has to go by there every night. They have a set path that they're supposed to walk, which the history building and the library, they walk the perimeter a couple of times. I'm short-staffed. I mean, you all are here right now, so I know that Arkham PD is short-staffed as well.
Was there anyone else on duty last night? They might have been talking on the walkies, on the units.
Well, Jackie was here. She was working in office. They switch back and forth. So, like, one will go out on patrol and the other will hang out here. But, Jackie was his partner last night.
Jackie as a former colleague.
No, Jackie's not former.
Yeah,
no.
Okay.
So one of the things we've noticed is that we were told that the Detective Tamal often spoke with a lot of other staff and faculty here at the university.
Oh yeah, he was a dog. Constantly dating. Yeah.
Are there any cameras on campus that would have shown where he was walking or as he was leaving his shift? We have some idea that maybe he ran into someone or met someone potentially.
Officially, yes, there's cameras everywhere. How many of them are working? That's a different matter. I feel like this is another camera luck roll, and this time, since you asked about it, Randy, I want you to roll it. Roll against your luck.
I'm so afraid from when I have to do that.
Okay, it's fine. I got a 44. My luck is 65.
Yeah.
Yay.
You guys have a lot of luck. All right. So, yeah, there's pictures of him on the cameras that are up. And the very last one, at the end of his shift, he's leaving the history building, which has been shut down for a few months now, with some woman. Again, long trench coat, hood. And Jack looks at it and goes, huh. It's weird. Why would there be anybody in that building? He's just supposed to look inside real quick to make sure kids aren't in there.
Usually unlocked?
He's got keys. That's how he got in.
Right.
It's been locked up, so I don't know how he's coming
in?
out of there or how she got in.
Right.
Do you know who she is?
Looks at the picture for it's hard to tell. That height. Well, there's a few women on campus that are faculty that are that tall. Kathy, Sarah. Kathy's a professor. Sarah works at the library. Let me think. Anybody else I can think of?
Maria.
Maria.
The art teacher.
Gomez.
Yeah, you're right. Maria is about that same height. It could be Maria. You don't think any of these... I mean, Jack...
Oh, we just are trying to cover all of our bases right now and talk to anyone who may have spoken with the detective.
You know how it is, Jack. You keep rattling the tree and hope something falls out. We don't necessarily think anyone's done it, but you got to find those clues and those puzzle pieces and try and fit some sort of picture together.
No, I get it. If you guys need anything else, let me know.
Out of those three, do any of them have long dark hair?
I think all of them do.
Okay.
Long dark hair has been the force majeure lately, I guess.
Picture the game Guess Who.
Is she wearing glasses? Let's see.
Tick, tick.
That sound is iconic.
All right, so where do you guys want to go next?
They said, well, okay. I just thought of, okay, I've not decided, but here's what I just thought. They said that the other crime scenes of the students are also still cordoned off, right? But they're not, are they on campus or the students live off campus?
They're, one of them is off campus, but it's like literally a block away. Like most of the stuff is within walking distance.
Okay. So I guess we should just make sure we hit those, see if Maria is around, and then I guess also check out the tower to see if maybe there's just
so yeah, there's Kathy, Maria, and Sarah were the three possible faculty members that are 6 foot tall, 5'6" with brown hair and whatever.
Okay, so and did I miss anything? Because I figured those were
you did real well.
Paths. Okay.
No, you did well.
Do we have pictures of Shannon and Richard?
Yes, you do. You have in the file. They look like they were stabbed multiple times, and yeah, it's not good. It's not good at all.
Does Shannon have long dark hair?
She does not.
Okay.
And we haven't. Okay. And I guess also the frat kids, if we want to try to track them down later. Probably later. So.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot.
That's a whole thing. 1980s frat kids are the worst.
All right. So first, I guess the question is, should we check either the crime scenes or Maria or tower?
Well, I don't know why. I'm like, what's nearest? It's fictional Saint. It's. I'm like,
Well, I don't know.
So,
Let me
like,
pull
well,
out this map.
yeah, let's plot it out. Let's. I'm just so intrigued by the tower. I have to say.
Yeah,
Oh,
I want to
It's
say the
like-
tower.
But
No.
also, it sounds like and correct me if I'm wrong. The frat dudes and their girls were walking by the tower at night.
Right.
He was walking out of the tower at night. Right.
Yeah.
It's the middle of the day, so I'm wondering if like we'll find anyone there during the day. Just because if people are illegally, I mean, this is as a detective. If people are illegally loitering and hanging out in this little tower, it's probably like a late night activity, right?
For
Probably,
sure.
yeah.
I was thinking more of the clue variety of searching, see if like, symbols or vials of dust. I don't know, but
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, that makes sense.
we could visit it now and at night.
True.
yeah.
Yeah, and that way also we'll sort of have an idea of what the place is like if we come back at night.
Perfect.
Right. We won't be blindsided by the Wendigo or whatever.
Oh, I'm sorry coughing so much.
No, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just obviously been smoking for 85 years or something. I have no idea.
Here,
So
I'll
Great.
pass you one of these.
I have one. It's not working. It's failing
We
me.
literally bought the Costco size bag.
Yeah. What is Rick? What's for? Is it Swiss? I
Allegedly,
think. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Swiss Alpine herbs.
There you go.
All right. So first up, crime scene.
And then tower or tower and then crime scene.
Yeah.
Which one do y'all want to do?
Well, we were gonna do tower during the day, then crime scene, and then tower
Then
at
come
night.
back
Okay.
later.
Perfect.
All right, so you get in, the Jack gives you keys. He's like, "Fuck it, just go. Do what you need to do." He's not going to worry about paperwork. And you head over there, and it's a pretty old building. And there's graffiti actually on the stone, and it just says Jenkins was here. And you open it up, and it is, you can smell the mildew in here. There's it hasn't been cleaned out in a few weeks, and the rain has started to seep through the stone in certain cracks and areas, and you can just smell something's off. And you notice that there is one light in a office on the first floor, just down the way a little bit. And the rest of the place is pretty dark because the lights have been turned off. There's a bit of creaking from the wood supports and all that.
I put a handkerchief over my nose to try and block out some of the mildew smell, and I'm going to walk towards the office.
Okay.
I'm gonna take pictures of graffiti that I see on the walls as we're walking towards the office.
All right.
Yeah.
So you get- Go ahead.
I just want to know if there's a spot hidden for any dangers. I'm looking like, okay.
Yeah, you guys can do spot hidden for me.
Yeah. Let me roll that.
Will too.
I see
Yes.
nothing.
Where am I?
40
Am I?
out of 55.
41 under my 75.
Okay.
Also nothing.
All right. So, Aurora and Benny, you look around and you notice that there are multiple tracks on the floor, wet tracks, from this office to the outside door. So it looks like whoever's in there has been going back and forth, and it looks like it's a heel of some sort.
Next question.
Like a. I know I didn't see it, but just to clarify, like a men's heel or like
A woman's high heel.
Got it. Well, and that's it.
Yeah, that's what you notice is that obviously someone's been in and out of here a lot.
Okay. Well, yeah. All right. As long as we're not gonna get jumped by anything.
Right.
I never
I'll
said
also-
that.
Well, I can't see it, I guess. So I guess I'll go forward
Yeah.
with Jack.
When we get to the door, he is still has his arm up over his nose because of that mildew, and he sort of knocks on the office door.
The door opens up and there's a woman standing there with like reddish blonde hair tied up in the back, and she's got on a dress, and she goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. This building's actually off limits. Can I help you?"
Yeah,
We were
I mean,
gonna.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say we were gonna ask you the same thing. What are you doing in here?
Well, they haven't moved all of the records out of here yet, and I still have some work that I'm doing on on a research paper. So I've been in here. I got permission to come in from the dean, so that's why I'm here. I'm just wondering why you all are here.
I also got permission to look into the. I'm looking to see if anyone doesn't want me to say what we are. Looks like no. Okay. Looking into. I'm like I'm about to blow her cover. We're looking into the incidents that have been happening around campus. The police.
What
department
incidents? What are you talking about?
Just students breaking in to quite a few areas that are off limits and maybe even receiving injuries. But we're, we've been trying to figure out, we're lending a hand rather to your overworked student safety.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Well, like I said,
what it's called.
Security department?
security department.
Security department.
Campus security. Yeah.
Campus security. We're helping out campus security as well as the police
Arkham
department.
Police Department.
Yeah, yes.
Oh, well. Like I said, I'm just here doing some research, and you see beyond, she has a little desk light on, and there's a bunch of books.
Can
She
I glance
goes-
over see what she's reading?
She's just reading historic text from, it looks like church documents from the late 1700s. She says that, she goes, I've been working on this paper for a while, and they shut down they didn't move everything out of here. I thought they were going to take everything over to the library, and I'm behind.
What's the
Anyway.
paper about?
It's about the history of witch cults in Arkham. There's always
You're
been a lot of
student?
those.
You're a student?
Yes.
Oh.
I'm Detective Dawson. I'm sorry. Could I get your name?
Shannon.
And your last name, Shannon?
The GM has to look that up.
Let's hope she was going to slip in an O'Reilly here.
Yeah, I was about to say.
O'Reilly.
Oh, I turn to the group, and I go, "Yeah, who's holding the file? Like out of us?
I think you are. I'm going to say you
Does
are.
it make the most sense?
That-
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I am, then I will hit a. Give me 1 second. Sort of walk away to sort of look through that to see if it
Yep.
looks like. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's definitely her. You look at the pictures, everything else. Can you give me a resolve check real quick?
Yeah.
All of
So you
us?
Yeah, everybody
Yeah.
give me a resolve
Yeah, because I
check.
look over at you guys and go, like, bit wide-eyed, sort of.
Blanche a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what you're doing
Goodness.
is you're rolling against your power or your sanity on the character sheet.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
22 under my 70.
Okay.
I'm lucky. 50 under my 55.
Okay, good.
Oof,
Skin of the
22
teeth.
22 under my 60.
Like
Awesome.
you see him holding the file, and he's seen a lot of dead bodies before, but like there's something in him that's just trying to hold it together, and he is able to, but just barely.
Go ahead, Nick.
24 under 60.
Okay, everybody's able to keep their cool.
I stick my hand out and I say, oh, it's nice to meet you, Shannon. I'm Margaret.
Okay, so once she touches your hand, her entire, I'm going to use the word visage, her entire look or everything changes. She suddenly looks decayed to you, and you can feel her skin kind of give, like, it's not connected to the muscles as much, so it's moving around a little bit. And she's got a weird green pallor, and she's missing an eye. It's obviously that she's been decaying for a few days. This is something that only Margaret sees when she actually touches Shannon's hand, and also results in yet another resolve check for
Yeah,
for
that's what I would think.
Margaret.
Yeah.
And when you let go, her face goes back to normal.
Oh, thank God. That's a 60. 66 under my 70. I thought it was a 9. I'm like, oh God, no, it's
I'm going to
60.
say that it does cost you one resolve
Yeah,
point
that's fair.
because
That's fair.
you're shaken but not stirred. So
Shannon, Mrs. O'Reilly, how long have you been working on this project?
I mean, here you mean in the tower room, or just in general? This is my thesis I'm working on for my doctorate. But I've been here for at least, I don't know, 3 or 4 days. It's nice in here.
You've been
And that just remembering back, that's when it happened, right?
Yeah.
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 The smell doesn't disturb you?
I think I'm nose blind to it at this point. I don't really smell much.
Has anyone else come here while you're doing your research?
Sarah came by, the librarian, assistant librarian. She went downstairs to get some things a day or two ago.
How's your relationship with Sarah?
Oh, we're fine. I mean, she's a nice woman. She helps me out.
And even now, in the last few days?
Oh, like I said, she only came in the once. I only saw her for 30, 45 minutes. We
Okay.
talked a little bit and she went downstairs, and then I figured she left at some point.
Interesting. And
I-
you said this is your thesis. Who's your advisor?
Oh,
Make you make up more names.
no, I'm not making the name up. I'm just re-looking it up so that it's on my
Is it
list.
Professor Kathy?
Yep, Kathy Benson.
Okay.
The webs we weave. Okay. So I have a question, Miss O'Reilly. We've been asking a couple of people on campus with some of the incidents that have happened where their whereabouts were about 4 days ago. You said that's about the time that you started to do your research here in the tower,
Mhm.
correct?
Yeah.
Were there anything strange or out of place that happened to you over those few days? What were you doing before you were?
Well, I had lunch with Professor Benson, Kathy, and we talked about my thesis. And then that night I went home, and then I got really cold. And I wondered why the window was open. Then I think I went to sleep. Then when I woke up, I realized that wasn't where I was supposed to be. I was in some room. I figured it was all very blurry.
Did anyone go home with you after you had lunch with the professor?
I remember somebody with me. Somebody. All I remember is, like I said, it's hard to think about that night. It's very muddled. It's confusing.
Facade that I don't know about, is that keeping up? Is she look steady right now?
Yeah, she looks fine. She doesn't look like she's anything but a graduate student.
Normal.
Do you mind if we take a look at the rest of the tower?
Well, of course not. You're here on official business. Do what you need to do.
Shannon, do you mind if I ask you just one last question here?
Sure.
And I look around to make sure that that's okay, that no one else has things they're about to ask. How would you feel if your thesis was complete?
Oh, graduating. I mean, getting it done, that's one step closer to getting out of here. I mean, it feels like I've been working on it forever. I'm really hopeful that I can turn it in and then become a professor of, American, history, of folklore and all of that. It just takes a lot of time.
Sure. But if your thesis was completed, you think you could move on?
Well, I'd move out of Arkham, definitely. She's not catching what you're laying down.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. My heart's like breaking for her,
All right. Well, here's my card. If you could let me know if you see any people creep around who shouldn't be here. We don't want to interrupt your studies, but
Of course.
Might help us if we can make sure that everyone stays safe and away from the area and any suspicious sights you might see.
Absolutely. If anything comes up, I'll let you know.
I just remembered one last question. I apologize.
Go for it.
This is apparently my character's thing.
We found our Columbo.
Is there a few nights ago a security guard came in here and left with a woman? You didn't happen to see who was in here? Maybe last night? Was it last night that this murder? Yeah. I don't say murder. I just say last night.
Yeah, I heard them. They were upstairs laughing. And I didn't go up there. It sounded like what they were doing was inappropriate. It was very upsetting.
Was that said in a kind of like a innocent way, or kind of like nerdy, or not nerdy? I'm sorry, no offense.
Kind of a.
We're all nerds
Wait.
here.
Yeah, I know. I was just like, but
How dare you?
That sounded really childish and innocent. I think I'm trying to make a psychology roll here. where
Make
I'm
a
going,
psychology
wait,
roll.
Where's that coming from? Like, what is that?
Yeah,
mean,
like was it
Freud it up.
zombies are
or was it?
sexphobic, or what's happening? Like, I don't know.
Sexphobic.
I don't know. Wait, what
people
was it?
are.
Oh, psychology.
Yeah, I know people are.
Oh, I got a 2.
Oh,
Wow.
I feel like this might have been a waste of a good roll.
No.
Put a check mark.
So,
Oh, right.
Michelle and her check marks.
Thank you.
Put that check mark.
So, it seems like it seems like fake innocence. Like it makes her angry that people are being improper and whatever. But at the same time, she's old enough and knows enough that she shouldn't refer to it that way. It's like she's clutching pearls she doesn't have.
It's like people who say HE double hockey sticks.
Right.
And it's like, you're 50.
Yeah.
Say whatever word you want now.
That would be, yeah.
Well, interesting. So she has a personality. It's not like this is some weird doll.
No,
That's cool.
she has a personality. She's acting if, like, obviously Margaret hasn't told you what she saw yet.
Right.
But
you know she should be dead.
You do know from the pictures that this woman, either they misdiagnosed her, which does happen every once in a while. She's dead, put her in the, whatever. Or there's something else at play here.
Yeah.
Okay.
But any of the wounds we don't see any like blood marks or anything on her clothing.
She has no wounds at all that you can see. No bruising, no ligature marks or anything like that. Yeah, exactly. Margaret saw.
Get out of here so Margaret can tell us.
Yeah, I sort of nod goodbye and say, maybe we'll see you again.
Oh, sure. Come by if you need anything. I'll be here until I finish.
Okay. So I want to go upstairs and see if we can find anything in any of the rooms, any evidence.
Yeah, you look around and you definitely find one of the old lecture rooms. There are candles that have been burnt down pretty far. Old like Pabst Blue Ribbon cans strewn throughout. It's obviously a place where people either have come in here as a private hookup spot or little frat party area. There's definitely been a lot of people in here at one time or another.
Okay. Well, can we trot out the old spot hidden? I'll look up high.
I will say this. You don't need to roll because I'm going to figure you all pick over it pretty clean. You do find the other earring. It's a match to the first earring. There is no struggle, like it doesn't look like there was a fight here at all or whatever. But it the alcohol and everything else, if you look at the cans, they look like they're new, like they haven't been sitting on the floor for a long time. So your guess is he brought her here. They started off the evening here partying and drinking and talking or whatever. Somehow her earring came off. And then they left together. So they might have been doing stuff here and then decided, to head over to the apartment. That's your only guess, really.
I'm taking pictures of everything.
Right. Can you give me a photography roll, actually?
Sure. 59 under my 75.
Awesome. Okay. So where else do you want to head in the tower?
Before we leave,
Mm-hmm.
can I look for which can would have some red lipstick on it?
Oh, good call.
To put, I want to do some forensics on it later.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, there's a can or two with some red lipstick on it.
Yeah, you see him pull out his gloves again and a bag, which he apparently carries with him everywhere.
Yeah,
and
that makes sense.
And he sort of carefully picks it up, puts it in, zips it up, and puts it away.
Awesome.
The earring too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good catch. So any place else you want to go in the tower before you leave, or
The basement
Yeah.
was
Down.
While we're up here, before we head down to the basement, I just want to take a look out one of the windows and kind of take a look at what the sight lines are.
The
See, like, where-
whole city, because most of the you guys are up high. Most of the buildings in Arkham are 2 to 3 stories at most, so you can literally see pretty far all the way out to the mall from where you're at, and then there's only a couple of buildings that are as tall as the tower at this point.
From where we are and the addresses of where the attacks occurred, is there anything that I can notice? Like, do they start? I mean, obviously, any 3 points are triangle, but like, are they in a straight line? Do they look like they're heading in, one direction?
They all look like they are about the same distance from each other. So like a mile from the tower to the first place, a mile from that place to the next. So the radius looks like about a mile altogether.
Okay.
But beyond that, no special, nothing pops out.
Okay.
Before we head down, I would want to turn to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So we just met Shannon, and that's very I just can't believe that the police would be so wrong. She looked perfectly fine.
Margaret?
Benny, I know you're a man of science, but when I shook her hand, she turned into a corpse. And as soon as I let go, she was normal again.
What?
You don't believe me? Go shake her hand. But I know what I saw.
I look at the seriousness on your face and know that you wouldn't lie about that. Like he for a second is like, absolutely not. And then he's like, no. What?
Like I said, I know you're a man of science, but you're also a man of science in Arkham. So
what are you saying, Michelle?
Let's get that straight. Well, I think we've all lived in Arkham long enough to know
You've
it's
seen
weird.
strange shit.
It's weird.
You've
Yeah.
seen
Weird
strange
stuff.
shit.
But yeah.
And I go, I know what I saw. And when I shook her hand, she turned into a corpse and was still talking to me.
Okay.
I held my shit together, but I'm going to tell you, she is definitely not alive. And if we were to go to the morgue right now, I guarantee you her body is sitting there.
Well, we definitely should confirm that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But you don't believe me? Shake her hand.
No, I'm okay without doing that. Thank you.
When you shook her hand, so what? It didn't feel like a normal hand? How is she moving? Like, what's...
No, I wanted to shake her hand because I wanted to make sure she was real, right? Because she's supposed to be dead.
Yeah.
So I shook her hand and immediately her skin gave. The skin and the muscles, like on a
Like
body.
what would happen in Rick and Morty? Yeah.
Okay.
And I could see the decay.
Well,
I'm telling you, I'm not sleeping tonight.
I mean, I'm intrigued in that. I'm like, okay, well, Aurora would want to confirm that. I believe her, but I'm also like, what?
I want to watch as you do it.
Test my resolve. To me, I mean, let's do that before we go traipse around the basement of this tower.
We should confirm that she's still there as well.
Right.
If she's some kind of a spirit.
Except we're saying it's her. It might be her body. I know you said that her body would be there, but what if this is the body? When did you see the same lacerations? Did you see?
Yeah, I saw her eye was kind of off to one side and all the different injuries that, you know,
Mm.
she endured. They were there. Now, do I know that she's an actual corpse walking? That I don't know. I was thinking ghost.
Yeah,
But,
he
you
starts
know.
writing in his note.
Aurora is ready to just walk down there. It's like, all right, let's see.
Aurora is brave.
Just because, well, if she tries to bite me or something, you know, I'll punch her. I've got a long reach.
Well,
Reminds
what
me.
we can do, Aurora, so it doesn't seem weird to her, we can explore the basement, and on our way out, you can say thank you so much for your time and shake her hand.
Okay.
Also, I wonder if she would know who, and he pulls the baggie with the earring, this came from. Maybe she's seen the person.
Good call.
Okay. Well, then yeah, we have votes for basement first, then loop up. Let's see if she's still here.
Okay.
Actually.
Yep, she's still there.
Okay.
Working
Wow.
away, you can see her through the little window.
Okay.
We lost you.
Oh no! What's
There
up?
you are
know
again.
what? I think my my mic sensitivity is too low. Sorry. Yeah, this whole time. Okay.
No, just that little brief thing.
Yeah, just a little snippet.
Okay. Basically, I just don't want her to evaporate.
Mhm.
But if we feel secure, I am okay with sweeping the basement since we have to anyway, or we should anyway, and then waiting and doing the earring thing. Whatever you guys want, I'm cool.
I always love Call of Cthulhu games because out of all of the systems, out of all the games I play, this is the game that players are always like, all right, well, we're going to do this, then we're going to do this, then we're going to do this. And then everybody agrees, and then they all say it again. We're going to do this, then we're going to do this. And, you know, it's like, you know what's through the door? Plot.
Yes. Let's go downstairs then.
You got to do it at some point. Got to rip that Band-Aid off. All right. So you head down to the basement first is what I'm gathering.
Yes.
Yep.
And the second you get down to the bottom of the stairs, first of all, it's pitch black. I'm going to say you guys carry flashlights or something with you because that would make sense to me because you're detectives and you probably have like little pocket lights or something. And you get down to the bottom of the stairs and the mildew smell changes into the smell of rot. There's definitely some kind of corpse down here.
Oh.
I keep stepping through with my little baby light, and
I've
when I
smelled this
say that-
before, but yeah.
Yeah, it's still
it's always
nauseating.
gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just looking for. All right, where is it?
I turn the light on my camera on so we can have a nice bright.
Vroom. Yeah. Sure enough, there's all of these rows of filing cabinets and whatever. There's probably about half an inch of water on the ground, so there's definitely a lot of water that has built up from the cracks and everything. And face down in the water is a corpse of a female with most of her clothes missing.
Crap.
Is it bloated? Like,
Yeah, it's totally bloated.
Okay, just
Yeah.
identifying.
Does she have long brown hair?
She does.
I start taking
earring
pictures.
Holes,
Say
holes
that
where her
again.
holes where her piercings would be.
She doesn't have any earrings in. No. So she has holes but no earrings.
Can I do a spot hidden? Just
Yeah,
in the
everybody can give
environment?
me spot hiddens and
Ooh. Actually, can I do a forensics, like looking at trying to ascertain roughly how long this body has been decomposing here?
sure. So give me all your rolls.
Okay.
I got a 9 under
Wow.
my 45.
That's cool.
What'd you get?
9.
Nah.
Very nice. I got
Buford
8.
T is like, see if the earrings fit, because that's a thing.
Yes.
Yeah, summon the demon or whatever.
Look, they fit.
I love
It's a
it.
turquoise demon.
Uh,
I'm from
35
Pottery
in
Barn.
forensics.
Anyway, 95. What'd you get, hon?
35 under 41.
All right.
I
So
made mine too.
I failed. I think Jack is just distracted by the smell. He's still got his handkerchief up over his nose and is kind of disgusted by all this.
okay. What about you, Michelle?
I'm walking around. Well, I'm
Taking
taking pictures
pictures?
of the body and taking pictures around the room.
All right. So for the spot hidden, you look around real quick, Aurora, and you notice that her purse is and all its contents have been removed, and it's over by underneath where the stairs are. Her clothing has also been ripped off and thrown somewhere. You find that. As for the body, here's the question: are you going to flip it over because it's laying face
Unfortunately,
down?
I think I probably would.
Okay, so you flip over the body, and
Yeah.
her head kind of comes back a little bit, and her entire throat has been ripped out. It looks like it's been sawed into, and you can actually see that part of the back of her spine has been severed. She has no blood in her anymore. She's drained out pretty good. She's just bloated at this point. But she's been sitting in the water for at least 24 hours, maybe a little bit longer. She's been dead for probably, you're going to say 32 to 24 hours. But whoever attacked her, it was severe. Like she has defensive wounds just like the detective did.
Do they look like knife wounds or?
Yes.
Wounds? Okay.
They look like knife wounds.
And the rip in the throat, it's like, does it look like a tool might have done it, or is that like
It looks like the knife did it,
Okay.
but whatever force they were using was
Crazy.
immense
Yeah.
to be able to cut through all the muscle and tendons and all that.
Are there any bites on the body?
There is a bite on her right thigh.
This one.
Just one.
But
like
this
the
is
others.
a new bite. Like the other two we've heard about are neck, the neck for
And then the
someone,
right breast.
the side
Yeah.
for someone else,
Yeah.
and the breast. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a fourth body. Got it.
Yep.
Huh.
The clothes that Aurora finds, they wouldn't happen to be like a trench coat or anything like that with it.
No, it doesn't look like that
Okay, good.
woman's stuff at all. No. But
What
you
is
do
it? The floral dress?
Yeah, floral dress.
No, it's one of those, like, I don't know how to even describe it. It looks like a knitted dress. Like it looks that off orange that they really liked in the early 80s with the gold buttons, and the sleeves that go down to your elbows. And then the pleated dress, like it's hideous. It's
So
hideous.
it's Velma.
Basically, kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
And you do find her her ID, and it's Sarah.
Oh, so Sarah never came.
From the library. Oh,
Sarah
no.
Betts, yeah.
Okay. But
We need to talk to Professor Benson as quickly as possible.
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So. if
But
there's
was the
nothing-
murder done here? Is there blood?
Yeah, there is blood. You're figuring it was probably done here.
Interesting.
Because all of her things are here. It looks like, otherwise you think her purse and stuff wouldn't be here, basically.
Okay.
Was earlier was Shannon wearing heels?
Oh, you mean when you were taught? Yeah, she was.
She was. So those were likely her footprints. Okay.
Right, correct.
And we didn't see any footprints leading down at all.
No.
So this happened. Okay. So
This
Shannon,
happened a few days. This happens like a day
Yeah.
and a half ago, and no one. There doesn't seem to be any trail in here.
Right. Well,
When did Shannon say that she saw her come down here?
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Okay.
Okay.
You can ask if she saw her come back up.
She said she did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I thought we were going to go talk to her at the library.
Yeah.
So-
Well, we gotta call Peter.
Well,
Yeah.
that checks the library off our list.
Yeah.
No, I mean, yeah.
You need to call the coroner?
Yeah. Was
Yeah.
that Peter? Did I make that name?
Peter,
Unless
yeah.
you want to check the dead drop at the library.
Brumpsh.
If we're going to want to talk to Shannon, though, I think we should probably do that before we call.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we don't have cell phones, so we gotta.
Right. Oh, right.
Yeah.
The youngins in the shows always want to use them cell phones.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like I had one when I was a kid, but like I forget that they weren't always a thing.
Oh no, yeah. No.
Hard sometimes to remember that, yeah.
Yeah. No, it's funny.
I made a note.
Pagers aren't even common in 83.
No, hell no, no.
No.
Right.
You just hope someone's near the phone to yell at somebody else. That's all you got.
Now,
Okay.
on the plus side, there are payphones and public phones
Yeah,
probably all
right.
over,
Phones
Everywhere. Every
especially on
5
a
feet.
college campus.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, functioning.
So you're gonna go talk to Shannon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Briskly. I'm using
So
my
go
long
up and-
strides. 3 stairs at a time.
Shannon comes to the door. Did you have more questions?
Yes. Let's see. Should we start with the earring or Sarah? I'll just be like, have you seen this? Anyone wearing this earring before? This type of earring.
I'm gonna roll. Yeah, no, I haven't.
Well, thank you. Wait, no.
We
Handshakes
were
at
just
the
trying to
end.
return it to the person who it belonged to.
Oh, that's very
Thank you.
nice of you, but I don't know who wears that. No.
Oh, okay. Who's asking about Sarah?
So, he sort of straightens up a
Benny.
little bit, and he goes, "So, if I recall correct, you said you spoke with Sarah from the library a day ago.
Yes.
Spoke for about 30, 40 minutes. She went
Mhm.
downstairs and then came back up. Did she go downstairs with anyone else?
Not that I remember. No, she was by herself. She said she had to get some paperwork from down there.
Okay. And you are sure you saw her leave, right?
Well, I heard the door close. I figured it was her. I was working on my
Yes,
paper.
Of course. And did she mention what kind of paperwork she was looking for?
Something for Professor Benson about a class from last year.
Okay.
I guess
Do you
some
know what
student.
class?
Well, it's
Or
in
what
her
student?
history class. No, I didn't. We didn't get into that much of a conversation about it. Why is everything okay?
Oh, everything's fine.
Yeah. I remember you saying you're doing your thesis paper. What is Professor Benson's speciality as a professor?
She works mainly on occult history. She's also connected with the library, which has a lot of occult books. She's done a lot of research on what I'm doing right now, the witch cults in Arkham.
would love to get in contact with her. Do you happen to know her address, phone number for her off campus?
Off campus? No, but I mean, I'm sure she's in the phone book or in the
The
staff
yearbook,
registry. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
There's also the staff, the faculty information sheet. I'm sure
Okay.
she's on there.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for all your help. And I
So,
reach out my hand.
I was going to wonder about this.
Yes, I reach out my hand firmly.
I watch very closely to your reaction.
She
This
takes
is a
your
test.
hand, and sure enough, it feels like disconnected skin on muscle, like she's wearing a skin suit. And she looks very decayed. So give me a resolve check, please.
Oh, I asked for it.
Put your hand in the fire.
Yep. Well, there we go. Let's see. I have faith. Yes, 56 under my 60.
All right, you still take a point, but you definitely can confirm what Margaret said.
All right, fully. Wow.
And from your facial expression, you just see me going, "Oh shit."
I just let out a loud, like, yoga fire breath. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. I'm going to start walking away. That's enough for me.
All right. So you guys leave the tower. That was a lot. Where do you want to go from here? Oh, do you wait for the coroner to show up?
Oh yeah, we have to, but
We
we're waiting
have to.
outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he
my
shows
gosh.
up. He's another body? Jeez.
Yeah.
All right, where is it?
In the basement.
You're gonna want a suit for this one.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, thanks for calling it in. Did you get everything you need? Can I move the body now?
I think we
So?
did. We probably collected the stuff from the purse and
Yeah.
like all the evidence we found.
Right.
Do you mind if we follow you back to the morgue?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So he does his thing, comes back out with the body, loads it up, and you follow him over to the morgue. And downstairs, the detective's on a slab, and he puts the other one on a slab. He goes, I was going to do an autopsy on our friend over here. What did you guys need?
I wanted to take a look at Shannon's body.
Shannon.
Shannon O'Reilly.
We don't have a Shannon O'Reilly here.
Do you have a Richard Wilkes?
Nope. Who are those?
What about a Tamal?
Well, Tamal's right over there. I just picked him up.
Right. Wait.
What? Who are you talking about?
Some missing persons. We've been just following up. Routine.
Haven't gotten any of those people here.
I take the file and I lay it on the table and I go for just Shannon, and I open it and I say, this body should have been delivered to the morgue 3-4 days ago.
Walks over to his clipboard, looks at it, he goes, I didn't get a body last. Here, take a look. Shows you a page of what bodies have been coming in. No mention of any of the bodies that you're talking about. He goes,
Do you have any other place where you would keep those records?
I know, we're a pretty small facility.
Yeah.
It's just me and William. We're the only two working the city right now.
And do you have a way we can contact William?
Yeah, we can give him a call. Dials up
Thanks.
William. So, William, know anything about... And he rattles off the names. No? Okay. He then looks at you, still has William on the line. He goes, he didn't take any bodies in either. from those that he can recall.
Has he had any that were similar wounds?
He asks him, he goes, no. This is the first stabbing I've seen in a while.
I'm going to take a picture just from like the corner of the room where you can see that Tamal is definitely lying there.
Sure.
And that Sarah is definitely lying there and that the coroner is in the picture.
Okay.
Okay. Take a couple pictures.
Okay, cool.
Just a gut feeling.
What do you all
Yeah.
want to do?
Freak out. Can I? Is that a free action, or do I have to roll?
Well, no, because never mind.
The licensing.
Muppet Arms.
Okay, whoa. All right, this is a...
I think we may need to talk to the chief.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
All right. So you want to head over there next?
Yeah. This is getting weirder and weirder.
So you
I
get
thought
over
for sure,
to...
I thought for sure that was going to be our cliffhanger.
Yeah. Ready for it to...
Actually, it kind of was. We actually are going to stop here because I think this is a good place to stop. Thank you all so much. Now, in what I consider a sign of fairness, we didn't really get to a point where we started using any luck rolls as much. So I'm going to use your bonus of extra 10 points that Bowman gave you at the beginning of the show. That's going to go over to next week. So you get to hang over onto those for one more week because we didn't get a chance to use them.
Hooray.
I think that's only fair. Thank you all so much for playing. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed yourself. And to everybody watching, thanks so much for watching. Let's find out where all of these wonderful people are on the internet and where they're playing other games. Let's start with Nick.
Hey everyone, I'm Nick. You can find me online at Sungrowler for the Twitter and the Instagram. Don't go to the Instagram because I don't post anything there unless Facebook accidentally cross-posted something for me, which I hate when it does that because I don't use it. I just stalk there. But if you feel like you just want to increase your follower count with no pressure, then by all means, go ahead and do so. I'm also an occasional guest and host on the Happy Jacks RPG Network. I'm not currently on a show right now, but that may change during this run. But they have a ton of great stuff, so check them out if you so desire.
Awesome. Randy?
Hey everybody, I'm Randy Alvarenga. You can follow me on Twitter at Roller Raja. That's ROLLER RAJA. It's right here. And I am a professional actor, TTRPG streamer, like everybody else here. And I'm involved in a couple of things right now. We just finished Harbinger's RPG over on Megan Cave's Gone Rogue channel, which is a Savage Worlds game. I'm playing Shadowrun every Thursday over on Gen Con TV. And have some stuff coming up very soon. But so if you want to know more about what else is going on, follow me.
Say.
Hello. You can hear me, right?
Yep.
Saint or Saint Spider. And yes, I'm part of the cast here at 12 Sided Stories. It's kind of my main thing right now on the internet. But if you want to follow me on Twitter, kind of get a insight into how weird I am, you can follow me at Saint Spider TV, all spelled out, also down here. And yes, there are some tentative irons in the fire in the future, so just keep an eye out, and I'll let you know what's going on.
Michelle.
Hey, I'm Michelle, and you can follow me on Twitter at Mashulu, and it's spelled right here. You can also find my music and Wes's amazing sound effects through Plate Mail Games if you go to Battle Bards and subscribe.
And speaking of sound effects, we have a podcast. The podcast has been going on much longer than the stream. We have 4 years worth of back catalog of fully edited shows with sound effects and music and the whole 9 yards. So all of our links are below. You can find me at Plate Mail Games And then you can also find the show at 12-Sided Stories, the number 12-Sided Stories. We are also on Instagram and also don't really post there that often. So there you go. You can also you can also check us out over on our website, which is 12sidedstories, all one word.com. We will be back next Tuesday with part 2 of our Whodunit and who's going to eat who, I guess. And thank you all so much for watching. We really appreciate it. Make sure you follow us and so that you know when we're coming back on. And we'll see you next week, Tuesday. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.